What's up, veggies? My name is VeggieTales right now, and welcome back to yet again another movie review. Yes, we're jumping back in with Final Destination. But this one is the fourth film in the franchise. For some reason, it's just called The Final Destination. And this movie came out on that weird time where a lot of movies are coming back. And they're going through this 3D phase. Like it was with My Bloody Valentine. I believe the Friday the 13th movie was in 3D. No, I don't think. I don't know. I don't remember. But there was a big portion of the 3D was such a big thing, and a lot of it was. This one is definitely the worst of the franchise. The opening disasters at a NASCAR race, and it's really just not enjoyable like some of the other ones have. They're not as interesting, and it's not. Now, there are some things in this, because there are some likable characters in this. There's also some dumb acting in this, but this had potential to be a better movie. And it tried to actually add more stuff to the formula like it had in the past, and it did it, but in such a bad way, in my opinion. And the CGI that was used for these like little flash dream sequences happened, and they look bad. But the 3D effects they use look so bad in this. It looks so bad in my opinion. This one really wasn't that good, and it has another one of those little second visions that the last movie had, which I was surprised by that they did it again. And it was done in such a weird way, and the last little bit of the movie is probably the best of it, but then the way like it actually ends is pretty dumb. There is like kind of a recap of the first three movies in this little opening credit thing, and it's done. I really like that. It shows up a lot of the deaths from the first few movies, and it was really cool. But the movie itself, some characters weren't likable. There was like one or two likable characters. But there's some characters just like, I can't wait to see them get owned. And in this one, Nate from Legends of Tomorrow is in this one. So I thought maybe that made me like this movie more because I don't like that show. It didn't. Some of the deaths were pretty boring, and like there's one scene where you're feeling all this tension, and like, oh, that's gonna happen, something's gonna happen. You're feeling all this tension, but then nothing happens to that. The character still dies, but it has nothing to do with that whole little segment, which is meant to throw you off, which could be done in a good way, but I was really like, there was some good opportunity here. There's some very unlikable characters in this movie. Specifically two characters, and a lot of the special effects look so freaking bad compared to some of the other movies. They look so much worse in this one than some of the others. And the last little bit of the movie is probably where the movie shines the most, though. Like, this increased my fear of escalators in this one, because oh my goodness, that scene still, there was some eeriness to this one, like in some of the other movies, but there wasn't as much eeriness in this one as some of the others, which I didn't like. I had a lot more fun with the other movies. Even the second one I had more fun with. And that one's the one is my least favorite up to this point. Even though now, 4 is the worst. I don't know why. Well, that's another thing I have a problem with. Why is the movie called The Final Destination when there's this Final Destination, Final Destination 2, Final Destination 3, and then The Final Destination? What? That seems like a title they would give the fifth one, because they're like, this is The Final Destination. The last one. It make more sense to me for the fifth one to be that. But no, Final Destination 5 is just called Final Destination 5. This one is done in such a dumb way at points. You don't even want to sit and watch the whole thing for some parts. You're like, I'm going to get me a snack. I'm going to pay attention to the movie because, like, stuff in this part of the movie was just so dumb, and the way some characters died looked really dumb, especially in the premonition or whatever that he had, the vision. It looks so dumb, and they're so stupid, and just a lot of dumb things are done with this movie. A lot of really dumb things are done with this movie. And I'm sorry, if you liked this movie, you like it, go like it. But me personally, it's the worst one in the franchise. And every franchise that gets this many sequels has that black sheep of the franchise. Child's Play has Seed of Chucky. I can't think of what Saw movie. I'd say probably the first one for me, even though because like the first one's not the best one in my opinion. But the black sheep of that one's probably Jigsaw. I don't know, but I'm not getting all that. But this movie is just so. How can I put this? So oddly strange at points, to where it just doesn't work. Like, there's some deaths in this movie you see in the movie, and you're like, oh, that can work. That could be fun. That could be interesting. But they don't go that extra step when they should go that extra step to have more fun with it. And if they do, you can play that up more, and it's a lot more fun to watch and enjoy and have a lot more fun with. And you can just do a bunch of enjoyment with this game. Now, there's a lot of stuff about this movie. There's just a lot with this movie that didn't work. And I mean a lot that didn't work. Like, I've seen movies that hasn't worked, but this one, it tries to throw stuff in and fails, even though, like, Final Destination 3 kind of did that, and it worked a lot better. So far, if I had to rank these, I'd probably say this is the worst. And because it's just stuff that this franchise has done has been really interesting up to this point. Even the second one has some interesting things, but this one I really wasn't big on, because it kind of does take a little bit from the second movie. But it takes it and flips it on its nose with like no context or stuff like that. It's really, really dumb in my opinion. It's not done this movie could have been played to a higher extent. A lot of stuff could have been done a lot better. Yeah, like I said, the last like 15 minutes were good because I actually liked that. But the actual ending of the movie I didn't like. And there's just a lot of this stuff that I just could not enjoy. Like, there was just so much of this movie that, like, I would sit there and I would just be like, oh, yeah, I don't know if it was right there. But a lot of this movie was just completely dumb, and just like, I couldn't even look at some of it, how dumb it could be, because this movie just didn't work for the majority of what it wanted to do. And I don't know what else to say, because like, there's not much to say about this film. If I have to give it a rating, it's gonna get a 2 out of 5 rating. Not even a 2.5. It gets the 2 because of that last little bit I liked. But there are just these movies that don't work. These movies, they don't work. The first one, the second and third, they did things. Some things I didn't like, but though they've done pretty darn well. Yeah, obviously the first one's the best one in the franchise at this point, but the third's a close second. Yeah, these movies just don't work the way you'd like them to. Like seriously, they don't work the way you'd like them to. There are potential for this movie. There's potential for this to be, but there's another problem with this franchise as a whole is you can only do the same thing so many times. And I do see why they try to make it better and more interesting in this one, but it really, really wasn't. But guys, that's really all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please tap the like button down below. You know the drill. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.